LSU's coaching search is taking more of a winding route than driving from here to Chattanooga, and that is a winding route. Lookout Mountain, you ever been through there? It's tough, it's a little treacherous. Well, I tried to tell you about the political hands in the stovepot. And now the world knows because the world saw the governor down there, Jeff Landry, and if there was any doubt as to whether that guy was governor of Louisiana, there was no more doubt when he opened his mouth, was there? Now, I have no interest in talking about Jeff Landry's political leanings or yours or mine. What I do have an interest in talking about is how this affects the LSU coaching search. I have a working theory about the LSU coaching search, and it may also apply to other coaching searches, but it applies to this one. For all I know, they're going to land Lane Kiffin, or for all I know, they could go get Marcus Freeman. For all I know, because I don't know who they're going to go get. I don't know who they can get yet. It's very early. They don't know who they can get because they don't even know who's making the hire yet. They're waiting to get a president put in place, and then you've got board of supervisors that answers to the governor who says he's not going to be hiring the new coach, but yet the people who are going to hire the new coach have to answer to the person who says he's not going to hire the new coach. So it looks like a mess, feels like a mess. Will it be a mess? If it is, as it appears, I think it has fundamentally impacted their ability to attract quality candidates. Now, it's early. It's not even November as you and I are talking. In other words, if I am the head coach at Pate State and I'm number one on LSU's hot board, Pete Nakos is called around and he's got me listed number one. And it ends up that Pete's right, because he often is. They call me today, I'm saying, nope, hit me back in 2 weeks. Get your affairs in order. Hit me back in 2 weeks, because there's no way I just watched what I watched on my TV screen yesterday and I'm about to say, yeah, I'm happy to come down there. Nope. I had someone explain this to me the other day, perception versus reality. And they used the LSU job. And they said, what do you think about the LSU job? I said, I think it's a great job. And they said, why? So I just rattled off some of the usual bullet points. And they said, that just means it looks like a great job. And I was like, okay, it seems like you got somewhere you want to go. Make your point. And they were like, you ever seen a beautiful girl before? I'm like, I'm married to one. And they said, that's adorable. And I said, yes, she is. But he said, think back, though. Before you're married, think back. And there's just a 10 standing right here. You're a little bit a ways from her. You don't know anything about her, but you see her, and you say to yourself what? You say the same thing most guys would say. Wow, I wish, I'd love to. And then you get the opportunity, and then you find out what she's really about. And you find out that looks were one thing, but her mother is a nightmare, and her friends are all disasters, and she's got 37 different emotional baggage issues that you never could have planned for, and you're constantly miserable. But your buddies are looking at you and saying, you got your dream girl. What's the deal? What's the problem? That is the LSU job if it's not handled correctly. Because you get the most attractive girl on the block, and because you get the most attractive girl on the block, everyone's envious of you, because from the outside, it looks like you got everything you could ever want. Unbeknownst to them, all kind of issues behind the scenes. But no one is ready to listen to you complain because you're dating or you're married to the supermodel. And that's the LSU job. It actually works against you. The more attractive your job is on the surface, it actually works more against your ability to hire a quality candidate the bigger a mess it is behind the scenes. Because if the UL Monroe job is a mess behind the scenes, no one talks about it. But they also don't expect you to win big at UL Monroe. They expect you to win big at LSU. And once you take the job, they figure you got your dream job, and they're not interested in why you're not winning. They don't care about alignment. They don't care that you don't even know who your boss is. They don't care about any of that. They don't care that your NIL coffers aren't what they should be because there's infighting with the boosters, because some of them vote Republican, some of them vote Democrat, and a Republican governor puts someone in that they don't align with politically, so they're just going to sit on their wallet. They don't care that that's happening behind the scenes. They're just hating on you because you're going 8-4 at LSU. We'll get back to the video 1 second. Do me one quick favor. Look down. Make sure you're subscribed. Most of you are. If you're not, please do so. It's the way we keep the channel free, we keep the videos coming, and we get to do college football year-round as God intended. All right, as promised, back to the video. So, if you don't have a job, like theoretically, if James Franklin were offered this job, he'd just take it regardless. But if Lane Kiffin's being offered this job, and he's got great alignment and great NIL structure and great resources at Ole Miss, you don't take the job unless you have absolute fundamental guarantee and certainty that there's equal to or better alignment and better ability to win where you're going to go. I don't know how anyone in good conscience can say that about the LSU job right now. But they don't have to say it right now. They've got some time. It's a whole new world now where it's not December. It's just now about to be November. You don't have to, you weren't ever going to hire anyone before Thanksgiving anyway. So it doesn't matter. But you got work to do and you got to do it quick. Okay, so I'm looking at Pete Nakos' hot board right now. Lane Kiffin's in there, 100%. 100% Lane's interested in that job. Marcus Freeman's on there. I think there's a big difference in Marcus Freeman is interested versus Marcus Freeman is serious. And I do not. I think anyone is interested in how they could do at LSU. Everybody thinks about that. Just like guys think about whether or not they could win in the NFL. But that doesn't mean everyone's looking for an NFL job or most of them could even get an NFL job. Marcus Freeman, interested in LSU? I'm sure he's thought about how he'd do in the SEC. Is he longing for it? Don't know. Don't know. And certainly, even in the best of cases, if Marcus Freeman was looking for it, not coming down there with that circus right now that just got put all over everyone's TV screen yesterday. Kenny Dillingham's on this list. Jeff Brom's on this list. Eli Drinkwitz, Clark Lee, John Summerall's on that list. I just want to give you what my working theory is. And this is not speaking about anybody in particular, but I could be talking about the LSU job here. Because I actually think there are guys not even listed there that could kill it at LSU. And that's more a principled stance than me talking about a specific candidate. I am a firm believer that someone's plan G is going to end up trumping what their plan A would have done. For whatever reason, blessing in disguise, they miss out on plan A, plan B, plan C, whatever. They got to settle for their sixth option. Place like LSU, place like Penn State, place like Florida. If you've got your affairs in order behind the scenes and you've got proper alignment, there are a lot of guys that could win there if they staff right. At LSU, I'll go back to the same name I always use on this show because I'm super high on him. Take a Matt Campbell at Iowa State. Been there for a long time. He's a great coach. He has good results compared to comparable competition. He's got max roster and staff buy-in. Guys love to play for him. Guys love to work for him. They have players constantly take less to play for them because they believe in the culture of the program that much. And that is huge, huge when you get into the kind of NIL bidding wars that you get into in the SEC and you can't see through him. He's fully genuine and authentic. I'm thinking about guys like that. I could just as soon describe John Summerall the same way. I could just as soon describe Brent Key the exact same way. But look how far down that list they are. My point is, any of those names, if you plugged them into LSU and there was proper alignment and they did put together a B+ or better staff, they're going to win. There's no mystery there. There's actually a little more mystery to me about Lane than there is about some of these other guys. If there's not good alignment there, none of them are going to win like you want them to. But if there is good alignment, man, I think there's still high risk, high reward with Lane. I don't think there's insanely high risk with some of those other guys. So my list may look a little different. If that is indeed the way LSU's list looks, mine may look a little bit different. But my point is, I could win with a bunch of guys down there if the alignment is in place properly. November, long month, everyone. Very, very long month. The LSU job search, I think, is still one that other job searches are working downstream of a little bit. But I'm interested, are there candidates that they're interested in that are on no hot boards? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. That's what I'm interested in.